guys, it's Channon Rose, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more serious. So I didn't really put a costume on, I'm just in a onesie, but this story is how my roommate committed suicide. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there that this is a story time, yes, but it's not really for entertainment purposes. This is more as like a PSA, an educational video. So this happened a long time ago. If you guys watch any of my past videos, you know that I was like a terrible, terrible child. I had a lot of problems going on. I was in and out of mental hospitals. I was like running away from home all the time, and my mom was really concerned about me. My mom basically drugged me to send me away to a school called Excelsior Youth Center. I like to call it a boarding school, but it's not really a boarding school. It's more like a mental hospital school that you can keep your kids in for long periods of time, if that makes sense. That's like my best way of explaining it. I mean, the school is like awful. If you guys have seen Girl Interrupted, it's like that for like a teenage version, except for it's like a mental hospital that's like more permanent, and it's a very scary, sad place to be. And my mom knew that I would never go to a school like that willingly. It was in Colorado. We lived in California. She had to get me on a plane to get to that school. There's no way I would have gone on my own free will. I would have run away from home if I knew I was getting sent to that place. At the time, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder from multiple different doctors, and so they had me on a ton of medication. So one night, my mom had come in while I was sleeping and told me that I had forgot to take my medicine and gave me one of my pills, or what I thought was my medication at the time. So I had taken that pill, gone back to sleep, didn't think anything of it, and a few hours later, I am being woken up and feeling super out of it, like super drugged, just like not feeling right at all. So basically my mom had drugged me and put me on a plane and sent me away to the school. So, and I know that I'm kind of going through the story quickly because I just want to get to the specific story about my roommate committing suicide. But if you are interested in like, you know, the full version, I wrote all about this in my book, The Story of Channon Rose, and that's linked down below if you guys are interested in hearing more about it. I had basically woken up at this place, and it is awful. I mean, if you guys go online now, it's still around today. It's called Excelsior Youth Center. It's in Colorado. If you don't take my word for it, just go online and Google that in and look at some of the reviews, and you can see what type of place it is. It's basically like the worst type of mental hospital school you can go to, and I don't want to like say too many bad things about it because for me, it actually really did help me, but it's not a place you want to be at all. I mean, they like lock you down in like, you know, cells with nothing but a mat for long periods of time without you eating. I mean, like, it's bad. I had multiple roommates. They changed our roommates every few months. Every kid at that school was weird, including me. Like, not weird, but we had issues, you know what I mean? Everybody has issues. We had severe issues, like severe issues. A lot of shit going down at that place. Putting all these kids together that have severe issues and putting them all together in this one place, just not a good idea. So I had a lot of very interesting and different types of roommates. I mean, from all different walks of life. Some of my roommates, when I was rooming with them, you know, attempted to commit suicide and all these different things, and it was just like really awful. It was like not a very pleasant place to be. I had gotten roomed up with a new girl. She was also severely depressed, like a lot of the girls there, and had a lot of, you know, mental issues like all of us did at the time. But she was a little bit different. She was more like quiet and kind of kept to herself a little bit more, but we ended up becoming friends and we got, you know, closer and closer. And then for like a whole week, she was just really quiet, wasn't really talking to me very much, kind of just keeping to herself. And she kind of did that. She would like be cool and, you know, be a little bit more outgoing and friendly with me, and then sometimes she would just be really quiet and keep to herself, and I didn't really understand what was going on with her at that time. And so instead of taking it personally, I just would like think, you know, she just needs her space. I get it. Sometimes I'm like that. I would give her space, and this week just happened to be another time where she was just keeping to herself and being quiet, so I was just giving her space. And one morning I woke up and we were supposed to be getting ready for school, and I didn't even notice that she wasn't in our room. But I went to open the closet to get some of my clothes out, and when I opened the closet, she was hanging in my closet. I freaked out. Like, I didn't know what to do. I like instantly collapsed to the floor, and I like covered my eyes because I didn't want to look at her. It was probably one of like the saddest things I've ever seen. She had hung herself with one of her belts, and she looked so fucked up. Like, She looked so bad, you guys. And she was dead. Like, I just knew it. I could feel it, like, in my stomach that, like, she was dead. I didn't even try to, like, touch her or, like, pull her down because I was, like, scared to touch her. I know that sounds so bad, but, like, until you're in that situation, like, it's so scary. You don't know what to do. Like, it's traumatizing. Like, it was awful, you guys. And I just, like, sat on the floor, like, covering my eyes, like, crying. And eventually, like, I, like, ran upstairs to get one of the staff members and tell them what had happened. From my experience, the people that are truly serious about committing suicide don't talk about it. They don't tell people that they're gonna do it. And I still feel bad about it. I know that, like, I can't blame myself, and I know that it's not my fault that that happened, but no matter, like, who you are, if you know somebody personally or close to you that has committed suicide, there's so much guilt within you that you feel like that you could have prevented that from happening. But I just want the people to know that have been through that, like, it's not your fault. But I do want to say, for people that are suicidal or have had those thoughts before, please, please know that no matter how awful that your life is, or you feel that your life is at this time of your life, that saying, "this too shall pass," is so true. There has been so many times in my life where I have been suicidal or have had suicidal thoughts, thought that my life would never get better. It did, and look where I am now. I can't imagine if I would have acted out and actually killed myself. Like, I would have missed all of this amazing life that I've had, and that I know that I still have to come in my future. I guess the point of me telling this story is basically to tell people that are suicidal or that have had somebody close to them that have committed suicide that, one, it's not your fault, and don't feel guilty or blame yourself. Two, for the people that are suicidal, please, please get help. Do something that you know is going to make you feel better, because I promise you, no matter how bad your life is right now, life does get better. You just have to trust that it will get better. Instead of always constantly focusing on all the negative things in your life, try your hardest to think of the things that you do have that are good in your life. If you're medically depressed, go see a doctor. Try to get on medication. Do some cognitive therapy. Reach out to me, reach out to your friends, your family, doctors, psychiatrists, anybody that you trust, talk to them. Because life does get better, and it's not fun being depressed, and I've been there, and I've seen it happen, and I've experienced being suicidal myself, and it fucking sucks. But I promise you, from experience, it does get better. You just need to get help. Watch The Secret. The Secret changed my life. It's for free on YouTube. You can watch it. There's so many things you can do. Alright, you guys, that's the end of this video. Want to keep up with me on social media? You can. I'm on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all just Channon Rose. I'm sending you guys all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video.